Hey, I'm David. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Good to have you all here. Appreciate you joining me in my little corner, where I come to talk about things that are on my mind, topics that I come up with, topics that I poll people about, and stuff that happens in life. Hopefully, this message today is going to reach you in time because, it is it's very much tied in with the holidays that we have coming up around this time of year. Right now, we are gearing up for Valentine's Day. We got a little bit over a week to go. I figure, hey, let's get this out in time. Let's get this out early so that we are prepared for when the day comes. If you are like me, you will be spending that day solo dolo. So what I've done is come up with a few key tips that I think would help ease the pressure or the emotional strain of being an army of one on said day. Yeah, man. I appreciate you all for coming, spending the time, taking out the seconds and minutes in your day to check this video out. Again, hopefully this is a bit of info that can help you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. The first thing I think, and this is in no particular order, doesn't matter which one you do first or last. It isn't ordered in importance or anything like that. It's just, hey, I got a couple of things. Let's knock them down one by one. So with that, the first thing I would say is do not reach out to anyone that you have not talked to in the last 24 to 48 hours. Reason behind that is because depending on how you're feeling and what you're thinking, you may reach out too far and it just and that interaction not be reciprocated, and then you kind of left again with emotions running the way they are. That may impact your emotions negatively. We don't need to reach out too far. That's what the 13th was for. That's what the 15th and beyond will be for. But on the 14th, nah, man, don't even talk to him. It isn't the title of rank that matters. So pause. Obviously, if you ain't talked to your mother in 2 to 3 days, you probably should have a contact with her. This is excluding family members. And maybe I'm gonna include friends. Talk to them tomorrow. Because if they got significant others and stuff like that, we don't need to hear about that. Talk to them tomorrow. But outside of family, if you ain't talked to them in 24 to 48 hours, and I ain't even talking extended family, because if that cousin ain't called you in months, one more day won't hurt. If you haven't talked to them in 24 to 48 hours, don't talk to them today. Sneaky links are excluded, and here's why. You can talk to them if they talking back. If you don't get a response on this day and you try to reach out, you learn something. However, hey, you might get a play emotion, and then that turns into something different. But again, if you are not in a relationship or you plan on being solo on this day, I would generally say if I ain't talked to you in 24 to 48 hours, another 24 ain't gonna hurt. We can commence this thing the day after. Another thing for me is engaging in activities that generally do not include romantic involvement. So what I would say, y'all know how I love it, the gym. That is one of the that's one thing that even if couples go to, they probably gonna use February 14th as they off day or they rest day because they already got some activities planned together. And even in that case, it ain't like they could be cuddly and wear matching gym outfits and t-shirts. They're not gonna do that. So you need to be in there consistently anyway, but the gym, go there, work out, get some stress off of you, blow some steam out, do something for yourself, because you also are going to want to do things for yourself on this day. Self-care is a good way to spend the day. But yeah, going to the gym, going to the grocery store. Ain't no romantic involvement in the grocery store. You should be using this day to check off your list of chores and things to do. So I'm going to the grocery store. I'm going to the laundromat if I don't have that type of situation for myself. I'm going to the dry cleaners. I'm going to drop off and pick up different stuff. I'm going to the hardware supply store. All the things that I need to do in terms of chores. I'm cleaning my house. I'm doing those types of things that ain't got nothing to do with romantic involvements or activities or people or being around people that are in that mood. I wouldn't go out to eat. I wouldn't even go to the bar. But I will go get my chores done. falling right in line with not going to the bar, try not to drink. I know that's a tall task, but try not to drink. I just had a conversation with a friend that was telling me that they drink to try to, forget their problems. You know what I had to tell them? You can drown your problems in alcohol, but they always gonna float to the surface. Even if you feel good on that day, the next day they're still there and you're still gonna think about them. Depending on how much you drink, you may make them worse. But that's the thing about it. That liquid courage may give you the courage to reach out and talk to somebody, and it may not go the way you want it to. Then you drinking more. You're gonna get emotional. You're gonna be in your feelings. You're gonna be in places that if you don't drink at home, y'all know. If you do it, there's nothing sadder. If you in that type of mood, there is nothing sadder than drinking by yourself at home when you emotional. So now you take to where I don't want to be like that. You're gonna go out and drink. It's couples out there, y'all. It's a minefield out there. Don't get in that position and kaboom, you stepped on a landmine. And in this case, a landmine being two people just smooching it up at the bar. Don't do that. So again, I'm telling you, you don't have to. If that's your coping mechanism, try not to drink. That's all I'm gonna say. Just try not to drink. So we talked about going out in public and seeing couples. There's no way around the people that you have to come across in the public and in your normal commute. You can't tell people hold off what they're doing for you until you leave or whatever the case may be. So that will bring me to my next thing though. Ignore them. You can't avoid them, so ignore them. But also the couples in your life. We talked about talking about immediate family or talking to immediate family, but I'm telling y'all right now, I will ignore all my married siblings as much as I can, because you know what? They probably doing relationship stuff. And even if they going through it on this particular day, I'm jealous because you get to go through it with somebody and I don't. So I'm ignoring all couples. As a matter of fact, they should be busy anyway, so they should be ignoring me just the same. But I ain't on that couple stuff. I ain't watching couples movies. I ain't watching rom-coms. Listen, if it's two people looking into each other's eyes, I am looking away. I don't got nothing to do with what y'all got going on, and I don't want to. I don't like you today. See you February 15th. Lastly, last thing for me. So I guess we came up with 5 reasons. I like the number 5. But lastly for me is accept the reason or reasons why you alone today. Accept them, face them, deal with them. Do not try to change them. Valentine's Day is a day to celebrate love. It's not the day to find love. Can you? Absolutely. But I don't want you to hit and miss or swing and miss on this day. Again, emotions is raw. They're heightened. We ain't got time for that. February 15th. Y'all see that? February 15th is going to be a glorious day, right? Because we behind all the Cupid arrows and the hearts and the roses, and we on to whatever else comes next. Some people reevaluating their relationships on February 15th. A lot of people are. That may be your opportunity, kings and queens, but February 15th is gonna be a better day. That's the day. If and when you're accepting the reasons you're alone, you can use today to evaluate them if you need to. I didn't tell you, or I'm not gonna suggest that you shy away from the thoughts and feelings and emotions you're having. I'm just trying to come up with constructive ways to redirect them or channel them or get out of that place when you're in it. But most definitely you gotta say, hey, if I don't want to be 2020 whatever, 2030 whatever, 2040 whatever, year after year, next year, if you don't want this cycle to continue, you may sit down today and say, hey, let's assess and evaluate and accept the reasons why we alone today. But please do not try to change them today. Don't try to have a conversation with somebody that's in depth and deep. I mean, well, if they start talking to you and you want to be receptive, that's one thing, but don't reach out. Don't initiate. Just Let's handle today. Let's heal today. Let's figure out today. Let's get past today. And then February 15th, our favorite day, we can move on. So that's my list, you guys. It's a lot of different ways to try to approach having made it through and out of this day with our mental health intact. If we're single and we don't necessarily want to be, by all means, if you want to use today and the days after and the days before to be single, free, run, roam, and learn and understand who you are, you're probably not tripping on this. But if you looking at this video and asking how to be alone, because you're gonna be alone, maybe these couple of things, maybe these couple suggestions to help you along the way. I know that's what I'm doing. I got my list right here. This is what I'm doing. These 5 things, I'm doing it. I'm practicing right now. I'm practicing right now. If I see you smooching, I'm hit you with the stiff arm. I'm hitting you the Heisman pose, however that go. Y'all know that trophy. I'm hitting you with it. I ain't got time for that until I do. So yeah, definitely, y'all. If you made it this far into my video, I appreciate it. Again, like, subscribe, comment. Let's get active. Let's get out there. Little by little, as my channel grows, I get little comments. I love that. I love people voicing their opinion. I love people putting their 2 cents in. I always respond. When I get up and I see that notification, I'm like, oh yeah, what we talking about? That's what this is for. That is what this community that I'm trying to build is for. So we can open up a dialogue, have healthy conversations, and build camaraderies with people that we do and do not know. We are bringing each other together when we having these conversations. So yeah, y'all, this is going to be the video for today. I appreciate you. We're gonna get into more topics like this. We're gonna have more fun conversations, more intense conversations, and more, we're gonna do our thing. I know I say we, I know it's me, but again, you jump into our conversation, you subscribe, you look at our videos, my videos, whatever. It's us, it's we. I like this. Yes. The power. Nah. Y'all know. I'm just having a fun time with it. I enjoy it. But again, February 14th. We solid on February 14th. We're gonna hold it down. We're gonna get through it. And then we're gonna kick it crazy 15th and beyond. So that's all I got for y'all. I appreciate it. Until next time. Peace.